Well, it's tomorrow is Easter 2013, and gosh, maybe 2 years ago, I built up a tin can Stirling engine. I've read about those for years, decades, and finally got around on a New Year's weekend to put together a tin can engine. I was working on another project. I just retired 7 months ago, and I had some walnut scrap when I got through with the really big project I was working on. And I got to thinking, what if I made the flywheel using little pieces of walnut scrap? And so I did that. The center core is some plywood. Then I had 2 other strips of walnut left over. I glued them together, went to the local senior citizen center, and turned it down on a lathe. A couple days ago, when I was putting this thing together, I said, wouldn't that be cool if I had some little terrazzo down there? And so I stopped at Walmart this morning and got 1 sheet of terrazzo floor tile for $4. Chopped it up and made a little flame-proof base for the engine. The rocker arm is made out of just some plywood that I sandwiched together. And on the back side, I said I'll give it a little Victorian's maybe flair to it, and made up a chassis, I guess you would call this, for the flywheel and holding a power piston. So now you have still the plain tin can Stirling engine, but now it's all dressed up in fancy dudes. And in another video here, I made this one first, but for some reason it didn't record correctly. So I'm repeating again. Hopefully I've got that. In the other video, I show it running. And it seems like it's going to run just fine, and it's also going to, because of the ball bearing, I put ball bearings into the support of it, into the pivot for the flywheel, and I think it's going to have enough torque to do something I haven't seen done before on any of these little novelty tin can engines. But if I can find the time, I'll do that later on. Well, I've already fired this up once in the last plow. It's getting close to supper time. I need to quit fooling around with this, but I spent too much time in firing it up the first time, so maybe this will show it a little more smoothly than that first time around. Have to get my little alcohol burner going here. Takes about 30 seconds. And to get things going hot enough, I think it's going to take off. And sometimes it'll go out before it really wants to get going. But there she goes, and I can hear it sputtering away a little bit, and give it a push. It's almost ready to start, and there she rips. Takes a while to get up to speed. One of the things I did do was to make one slight tweak to it, and I think I hear a little bit of interference. So maybe maybe I need to readjust the displacer piston. It sounds like it's slapping in there, but it's still developing plenty of torque for the little project I have in mind, and need to get some vibration out of this thing, but it's running away. Oh, not out of control running away, but it's running. And so, let's call this done. We can blow out the flame and it'll see it run out of I would say run out of steam, but there's no steam involved since it is a Stirling cycle engine. It'll run out of a hot air or a temperature differential. That would be the correct word. The hot side down here, the cold side up here, a tin can. There's water in the tin can to keep it nice and cool. And it just works on moving the working air inside of this thing from the hot side to the cold side, and vice versa. Always being out of phase by 90 degrees. So that's that for now.